We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. A few minutes ago, it sounded like the 4th of July on the National Mall as the hometown Redskins were introduced to this sold-out crowd. They are set to go as their guys will match up with the Atlanta Falcons. Marshall now, the return. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They go play action here on first down. And he's got his target. It's Vernon Davis. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 6 there on first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Smith now on 2nd down. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Geis, and he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge game, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That's good for a Redskin first down. Richardson on the reception from Smith. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. On first down, this is Geis. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Hey, 52, 35.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now Smith. Throw left side complete. That's Richardson. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. Smith will bring his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. On first down, it's Smith. Throwing the slant pattern here, complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. On second down, here's Smith. Over the middle, complete. That's Richardson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 at the 19.
35. Ready, wide, 80.
On the handoff, it's Geis. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, on.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at the 20. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, Freeman. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On 3rd down, Ryan. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Crowder now to return. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Let's go. Let's go, 15.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. He'll check it down to Geis, and he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Let's go. Let's go, 15. 15. Set. Line, 80.
Out of the gun, Smith. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Smith now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Smith. Now they go screen. It's complete. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. From the 50, it's Smith. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Off of play action. Here's Smith. Buying time to his left. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of routing, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, Somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 11 yards for number 11. And that's the connection, Ryan to Jones, that this defense obviously has to key in on.
Certainly feels like they got the party started with that one, doesn't it? And when those two get in sync, it just scares the heck out of defenses because he can hit Julio Jones in a short zone, and he can take it the whole way.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Freeman again. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hey, let's go. Hey,
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And it's 3rd and 4.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. To throw is Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. 23 yards on the play.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Back to the running game. It's Freeman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Remain in a scoreless first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Ryan. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away. Throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
On!
Throwing on third down, Smith. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Let's go, 15. Hey.
On first down, Smith. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
Let's go.
Now Ryan on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Second and 10 now. Ryan swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, Ryan flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And Bryant's kick is good. and that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
So out now come the Redskins. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Let's go, 15.
Geis with a carry on second down. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. The Redskins on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Third down, here's Geis. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. So out come the Falcons now. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And give them a gain of 37.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And he's got Sanu. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Ryan to Sanu, good for an Atlanta first down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for him, too.
Ryan under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Ryan Kerrigan in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Freeman with a fast feet, and they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 11, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a third down. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So 3 field goals that he's hit. Now this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Smith able to find his running back, Geis. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
52. 35. Hey, watch the slant.
Following the penalty, it's Geis. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go. Let's go. 15. 15. Rip. Yellow.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Smith. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And avoids the contact by sliding. Even after more than a decade in the league, Smith's still one to account for with his legs as he picks up a first.
Hey, on. Great 15.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Richardson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. Geis, they'll try to run it. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
He'll get it up the middle. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, two-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
So it's 3rd and goal, and now the question, can this Falcon defense stand tall once more? On the ground, Geis. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they are on the board. It's now 9-3. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Get out! Wait! 54, Sam!
Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. They go play action here on 1st down. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Now the pitch to Freeman. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. From midfield now, here's Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Gets it off to Freeman. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Ryan now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1. And just like that, it's third down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Now Ryan. Flush to his right. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to fourth down. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Bryant's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 9. It's now 12-3. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now, because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now a run with Geis. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. They'll hand it down to Geis. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Smith on third down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
On second down, here's Smith. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the gun on third down, Smith. He will find Davis on the left side, complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Smith now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
Let's go, 15.
On first down, it's Smith. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Smith. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Smith will bring his guys up 1st and 10, and he's 6 of 7 now on this drive. Smith now to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Smith. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Ricardo Allen with a pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds and keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Atlanta, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for Washington, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we sign off from Landover.